game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Tar Heels ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Illinois' offense will have the football first. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
All right, guys, let's chat about Illinois. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, they had nowhere to go.
They had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down in his own territory. So North Carolina's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll get rid of it. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, North Carolina. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And wings it incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
Lopez to pass. Makes the grab. It's Culliver. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Grab behind the line. It's Culliver. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tar Heels have their offense in high gear. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gets it out fast. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Fires into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. He's looking to throw on third and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. Fires to the wideout. That pass is incomplete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one. And that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
Complete to the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Give to the running back. Inside the 25. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. They'll ride the hot hand. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Handoff to the lone back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Altmaier. The throw to the outside is complete. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Arkin. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Kansas State is going to enjoy the trip back to Manhattan after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there in Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Shoots it to the left. He's got him this time. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Goff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Lopez wants to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Ship. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive, got to need better effort.
And down he goes, tried to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Ship. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Tar Heels are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. One drive is already ended with a field goal. They'll try to do it again, this time a rather long one from 46 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. The lead is 6 in the first.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. We've had some early action here as they take over, trailing 13-7. Handoff to the single back. Shakes off the defender. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Illinois experienced a resurgence under Brett Bielema a year ago. He's been at 3 different power programs, but this was his best season in more than a decade, guys.
Yeah, and it seems like Bielema's got a recipe to win, and it's usually ground and pound. But how about this offense with Luke Altmaier at quarterback last year? Through the air, they became good and proficient and started to change the identity of Illinois, and who had a great season and finished with a big bowl win against South Carolina.
So a big key then is Luke Altmaier and taking that next step this year, too, to really help out this offense, be more explosive and win games maybe some different ways, and not always have to rely on running the football and playing great defense.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Back to throw, it's Altmaier. They'll run the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
The give to the tailback. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
They'll keep it on the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give on the inside. Powers through. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
It's 1st and goal as Illinois comes to the line. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch?
Touchdown Illini! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This has all the makings of a high-scoring game. They've got it back trailing 14-13. Quick completion on the out. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. But what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. This one's going to be fun if this keeps up. Back with the ball in a 14-13 lead. They'll try the run. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Altmaier. Quickly complete. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Oh, they're after him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Gauze. After the filthy move, he's got room. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Defense in press coverage. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the end zone, and they will score. Touchdown, UNC!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they